What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, you're all having a good day. Sorry, I just had some technical difficulties. I don't know what happened, but let me know how you're all doing. Hopefully, you're all enjoying this Sunday. Uh, Looks like we got a couple of people in the chat. So, Yankees won their doubleheader. They won 2 out of 3. So, they guaranteed the series win. Now they're going to go up against they're going to go for the sweep now. So, let me know what you all think. Do you think they get the sweep today? Let me know. Dev, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. How you doing? Real quick, I just wanted to let everybody know there is a QR code at the corner. It'll lead you to a website. It's called buymeacoffee.com. If you guys wanted to buy a coffee, it does help. It's definitely to help support the channel. If you all want to do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, and no pressure on that. So, but it does help support the channel. But the Yankees won their doubleheader yesterday. They look great out there. They from the pitching to the bats. Cody Poteet was called up yesterday as the 27th man, and he looked great out there. And now he got sent back down to AAA. So, good stuff from him. So, let me know in the chat real quick what you all think about Cody Poteet, how the Yankees played yesterday in the doubleheader. And if you all haven't yet, please hit that like button. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. Share this out with anyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, let me know how you're all doing with or how you all feel about the Yankees right now. And as of right now, I'm on the road to 600 subscribers. I'm sitting just a little over 530. So the channel is growing rapidly, and I have all of you to thank for that. You guys have been great supporters. So let me know what you all are thinking about the Yankees. And I don't know if I'm seeing comments. I'm seeing the one comment. Let me jump in here. Hold on. Okay, cool. But yeah, like I said, the Yankees, they win another series. They're going to go for the sweep today. They have Nestor Cortez coming out to pitch. Okay, cool. You don't see other ones? Yeah, I'm not seeing it either. So I went on my phone just to see if there was any other chats, but maybe it's just you that's sending messages. But it's all good. It's all good. Let me pull up the Yankees lineup real quick because the lineup did come out, and I want to see go over who's pitching and the lineup. The lineup is pretty much the same as it has been, right? So I know, Boone's been trying to keep a consistent lineup. So let's see what we got here. Cool. Let me know. Yeah, let me know if you guys can see that. UFC last night was really good. It was a really good card. UFC 300 definitely lived up to its expectations. So I was really happy with how it all turned out. That card was just stacked from top to bottom. But you have Anthony Volpe leading off and he'll be playing shortstop. Juan Soto playing right field. He'll be hitting second. Aaron Judge playing center field, hitting third. John Carlos Stanton batting DH. He'll be at the cleanup spot. Anthony Rizzo playing first base. He'll be hitting fifth. Gleyber Torres, he'll be hitting sixth. He'll be playing second base. Hopefully he plays well in this game. Alex Verdugo playing left field. All right, he'll be batting seventh. Jose Trevino is playing catcher today. He'll be batting eighth, sorry. And then Oswaldo Cabrera batting ninth. He'll be playing third base. And Nasty Nestor's on the mound today. So let's see how he does against the Guardians. His last outing was against Miami Marlins and pitched an incredible game. That was the best game he's pitched in a while. So he looked fantastic out there. So hopefully he does come out and pitch well today. So I'm expecting some good things. I'm confident that the Yankees could sweep the Guardians, right? The Guardians are still a good team. I mean, they still have some good bats. They could still hit. They have some guys in that lineup that could hit. Their pitching is a little suspect, and they just lost Shane Bieber for the year, so which is sad for them. We don't know what's going to happen with Shane Bieber. He's probably played his last game as a Cleveland Guardian, would be my guess, but I could very well be wrong too. Gotta take a little sip of my caffeine. Just make sure I got some energy right now. But yeah, let's see. Let me go back to this screen here. Cool. But yeah, the Yankees are on a roll right now, right? They're 12-3. They're about to go for another sweep, hopefully, right? They swept the Astros, and then every series after that has been 2 out of 3. Even if they don't win today, I'm not going to be upset about it. It just seems like anytime the Yankees lose, there might be a problem with the chat. I'm not sure. I don't know if something is wrong with YouTube or is it on my end? I'm not really sure. So okay, you see it, David? All right, perfect. All right. What's going on, David? Good to see you. I think this is my first time seeing you in the chat. I'm sure you've been a subscriber, but if this is your first time on the live stream, let me know. Yeah, you see 8 people in the chat? I see. All right. I mean, yeah, and this is also there might be people tuning in from X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. So because I do have it linked to X as well. Cool. First time, cool. Welcome, man. I greatly appreciate it. But let's talk about some of the players that have been performing well, right? Hey, Cold Italian Pizza. What's up, man? One of my favorite YouTube names. But some of the players that have been performing well, right? Let's talk about the players that have been playing well. So, Anthony Volpe has been on a roll. He's been on a tear this year. Just to pull up his stats real quick. As of yesterday, his batting average, he's hitting at 353. All right. In that first game against the Guardians, he went 0 for 4, but then he played better in the second game. He went 2 for 4 with an RBI and a walk, and he also had a stolen base. So Volpe's been on a tear so far. Volpe's been more patient at the plate. What's up, Brad? How you doing, man? You're awake, NFE, after your late night. Yeah, I know. And I woke up like I got hit by a truck, man. I went and saw my boxing coach yesterday, got a one-on-one private with him, and as always, he puts me to work. And I had a late night yesterday because of the fights, and it was a great fight. It was a great card, and I still wake up early. I mean, it's just what I do, but I just woke up like I got hit by a truck. It was hard for me to get moving this morning, so I'm surprised I'm even doing a show right now. But then again, I enjoy doing this stuff. But what time is it over there? Nah, no drinking for me, David. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I'm pretty clean. I'm pretty clean, just with my lifestyle. But what time is it in Australia there, Brad? It's got to be late for you, I think, right? But Anthony, like I was saying, Anthony Volpe's been on a roll. He's been playing extremely well. He's more patient at the plate, creates opportunities. He's a threat on the bases. I mean, what more can you ask for? out of Anthony Volpe. Let me know what you all are thinking about Anthony Volpe. How do you all feel about him? How do you feel about his performance so far? I mean, his batting average is at 353. He's again playing really well at the plate. 2:10 a.m. Monday morning in City. What are you doing up, man? Yeah, what are you doing up, man? It's late for you. Yeah, it's 10 in the morning for me. So isn't it odd Yanks signed Odor and now Birdie here? Wonder if he was already hurting. I don't know. I don't know about that, Frank. I mean, they signed Odor just as a death piece. I feel like we know how much Cashman likes to have guys ready just in case if injuries occur. And this is one of those things where Birdie is hurt, and if they need to plug in Odor, then they can. So that's just that's my thought at least. Early start for you, I got you. Yeah, and David is saying Volpe is our best player. Okay, how do you all feel about Anthony Volpe? Let me know in the chat. I think he's I think he's doing well. CWE, I saw you sneak in there. Salute to you. What's going on, CWE? Oh, you start at 4:30. Wow. Okay. So you start really, really early. Do you work at Brad, do you work at like a warehouse or something, or just curious? Oh, I was just like hearing some noise outside my house. It looks like my neighbors are talking. I don't know what they're talking about, but anyway. But Volpe, yeah, Volpe's been playing well. Also, I'm a big fan of Oswaldo Cabrera. Even though he sat those 3 games against Miami, he has been on a tear as well. He's been playing extremely well. Uh, to talk about his stats a little bit, right? As of right now, he is hitting his batting average is at 317. He had a little bit of a rough outing yesterday. All right, in the doubleheader, he went 1 for 3 in the first game, and then 1 for 5 yesterday. But I'm not concerned about it. I think he'll get his hot streak back, no doubt. So, oh, you're a truck driver. That makes sense, Brad. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I have my oldest brother is a truck driver too, and he drives all over the country. So, yeah, it's the money's good, but some really long hours. What's Frank saying? Frank is saying Volpe's doing well, but there's a guy named Soto on the team. I mean, we're going to talk about Juan Soto. Juan Soto is the obvious player that's been playing well. He's the obvious one, but there's some other names that are worth highlighting as well, such as guys like Oswaldo Cabrera and Anthony Volpe. Brad has Baker hours, yeah. Let's see. What's up, D-Rod? How you doing? Keep crossing my fingers. Cabrera keeps up the good work. Yeah, I do too. I think no, you know what, man? I really think Cabrera has been. I think this is a different Oswaldo Cabrera. I was worried about him. When Peraza got hurt, when DJ got hurt, I was like, what is going to happen with Cabrera? I was concerned because his approach at the plate. He struck out a lot. He got out a lot. It was just it was just one of those things. It was almost an automatic out, right? You don't like to say that, but I think his approach to the plate is different this year, and I think you got to credit James Rosen for that. So he's been looking a lot better. My only small criticism of Cabrera, is his defensive abilities. I feel like his defensive abilities can be a little suspect, but it's nothing to be concerned about. All right, but I feel like overall he's looking a lot better than where he was prior. Sort of Volpe, what's up? What's up? Oh, you stay within your state. That's good. That's good. Okay, so you don't have to, you don't have to drive to another state. That's good, Brad. Bakers start at midnight. All right, yeah, because I know bakers have to get up super early and do their thing. This is an excellent question. So, from Frank, what do you think of the Yanks playing more small ball this year? I love it. I love it too. I love it too. I like the fact that the Yankees are playing small ball. I like the fact that the Yankees are not just thinking home run or bust, which was the theme for 2023. So they needed this type of approach, right? And again, by bringing in a guy like James Rosen, he has done an incredible job with this lineup. And I was confident that he was going to be a good hitting coach, especially the fact that Aaron Judge is familiar with him. And Aaron Judge, I'm sure, had a lot of say in who the new hitting coach needed to be, as he had a lot of say in a lot of things in the offseason. So I do like James Rosen a lot. CW is saying, I'm glad Volpe's leading off. Best move Boone ever done. Yeah, so far so good with a Volpe leading off, right? I think at some point it needed to happen. And it was inevitable. So, let's see, let's see how he continues. I like I said, he's a much different player this year, and I'm expecting big things from Anthony Volpe. Brad Cabrera's no different defensively than Gleyber. Yeah, Gleyber's defensive abilities, I guess, no different. I'm assuming that's what you're saying there, Brad. Small ball is more fun to watch too. Yeah, definitely, man. It's like, look, if I want to watch nothing but home runs, I'll just watch the home run derby. You know what I mean? Because that's what it felt like with the 2023 Yankees lineup. It just seemed like everybody was competing for to get to see who was going to hit the home run. Felt like a home run derby, which was like it was ridiculous. Ken, good morning. What's going on? Or good afternoon, wherever you may be. Cabrera was heading down to Miguel Andujar path. Yeah, I mean, but Ken, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like with Andujar though, they didn't utilize him the way they were supposed to. It was just like it was one of those things where it was like they would play him in some games and not play him in some games. I feel like with Cabrera, it's a different story because I feel like he's getting more playing time with the Yankees than Andujar did. They're giving him more looks. So, hopefully it stays that way. Even with DJ LeMahieu coming back, I don't think they should sit Oswaldo Cabrera because if they do, that would be bad. I feel like LeMahieu should be the guy that's coming off the bench and he can fill in for guys like Rizzo or Torres if they're struggling. Yeah, Glaber's looking messed up so far. Yeah, he's been struggling, right? He does need to pick it up, and he has to pick it up. He doesn't have a choice in this, right? He's in his final year of his contract with the Yankees, and he has to impress. I know he says he wants to come back to the Yankees, and I've said it time and time again. I don't think he comes back to the Yankees. Or I don't think the Yankees sign him back. I think the Yankees are going to just let him walk, and some other team will sign him. But he does have to perform. He does have to impress. Again, he's in his final year of his contract, and he has to play well. He does need to pick it up. I think he will. We just got to give it a little more time. Yeah, try to give it away. Yeah. And what's Ken saying? Generally, good pitching will beat good hitting. That is why we have difficulties in the postseason in the past. Yeah, would you agree? Yeah, would you agree that the pitching for this year's Yankees is a lot better than where it was before? Would you feel confident with this pitching staff going into the playoffs? I know it's early, right? I know it's early, but how do you feel about this pitching staff, and especially once the Yankees get Garrett Cole back? CWE saying even when DJ comes back, he shouldn't play every day. Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, you got to keep Cabrera in there, and Cabrera and DJ will probably share third base. But like I said, DJ could fill in for Rizzo and Torres if they happen to be struggling. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? We're not in the room talking about Gleyber Torres. have been offensive pitching in playoffs. So both. What's up, nosebleed section? Ken is saying Andujar didn't have a solid position. He had a good bat, but his defense his defense at third base was definitely mediocre. I will agree with that. Yeah. This is true too, right? Andujar, he had some bright spots, but then he just kind of fell off, right? And the Yankees could have traded him, but they didn't. And in the past, the Yankees hold on to prospects for too long, and then they don't amount to anything, right? Hopefully, that's not the case this year and moving forward. The Yankees have a lot of prospects in their farm system, a lot of names that could be great in the future. Not all of them are going to make it. I get that, but I hope the guys that they do bring up, these guys get plenty of playing time, just like Volpe is right now, and let them turn into the players that they need to be. So, the guys that you're not going to play, if they don't have a spot, you gotta trade them, right? Don't waste their years. And I've been saying this for a while. David, are you saying that DJ is getting up there in age? Yeah, off the bench, he can be counted full time. Yeah, I mean, the thing with DJ though, look, he's great defensively. He's another utility guy on the team. He's great defensively. His bat was looking good in the second half of the season, especially when Sean Casey came in as the hitting coach. He was starting to get hits again. He was looking he was looking good, in that second half of the season. So he could hit as long as he's not trying to hit a home run ball. Like, I just want to, get a hit, get a single, get a double, just get on base. Got you. All right, man. All right. Rizzo can get days off. DJ can absolutely play first base. He could play second base too. If Torres is struggling. It's great that that's what we want, right? There needs to be a mix, right? A blend of young players and veteran players with this team, right? It can't be all young players, but it can't be all older players. There does need to be a blend. So you need the young players with the experience. Yeah, David. I mean, yeah, he's up there in age, no doubt, right? I mean, he's definitely up there in age. He's not going to be able to perform to the level that he used to, but like I said, he's a great defender. If he could get on base, right? As long as he could still continue getting on base, I'll be happy with that. I know he's not a great runner on the bases. I get that, but getting those hits and getting on base, creating those opportunities, that's what I'm looking for out of DJ. Ken is saying if the pitchers stay within their capabilities, pitching for soft contact versus high volume strikeouts. Yep. Rotation of the Yankees. Yeah, for sure. Do you think that at this point, Rizzo? You know what, man? I think Rizzo is playing his final year with the Yankees. I really do. He's another one of those guys that's he's also getting up there in age. I don't think he'll be back for 25. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I would love, if he did come back, great. I wouldn't complain because I do like Anthony Rizzo. But I don't know that the Yankees bring him back. And if they don't bring him back, what do they do for first base? I know, obviously, Spencer Jones's name has been brought up. Ben Rice's name has been brought up. So it'll be interesting to see what the Yankees do going into 2025. We got rid of oh God, yeah. Let's not bring up those names, man. Aaron Hicks, Josh Donaldson, Joey Gallo. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, those names were bad, for lack of a better word. They were just bad. Oh, those were nightmare players. Come back at lower money if he doesn't get it. Yeah, he could. He could. The question is, who would. I don't know if any team that would offer him big money, but then again, we will have to see what the market looks like around that time. You know, it was an interesting offseason this past offseason, right? Like with the money that some of these players were getting, it's pretty ridiculous, especially with the pitchers. You don't want a rookie playing first base on a contending team. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just, it was just names that I'm throwing out there. So it'll be interesting to see what the Yankees do. All right. Gary Sanchez. I was never a Gary Sanchez guy. I know some fans liked him. I didn't personally. I wasn't really much for Gary Sanchez, but that's just me. I never was really that big on him. Yeah, I know he does have an option for next year, Brad, but I don't know that the Yankees are going to exercise that option. That's a good that'll be interesting, you know. So, especially if the Yankees are trying to get younger. But again, we'll see. David Lawrence, how's it going? The only guy I missed that we had a couple years ago was Didi. Yeah, Didi, man, Didi was awesome. I like Didi Gregorius, but I understand why the Yankees let him walk, right? But I did like Didi Gregorius, man. It was sad to see him go, but it is what it is. But guys, let's talk about players that need to improve, right? There's a few guys that are still struggling right now. Just to say a few names, like Gleyber Torres, he's struggling right now. Jose Trevino, Austin Wells. These three names that are the three names that come to mind. At one point, you did see obviously Aaron Judge struggling, and people were freaking out about, or fans were freaking out about Aaron Judge. Some fans were thinking that something is wrong with him, but they forget the fact that Judge missed 10 days during spring training. So, but he started coming around yesterday. But there needs to be some improvement from Gleyber Torres, from Austin Wells, Jose Trevino. Like, these three names are the names that come to mind as far as players that need to show up and improve. Hasn't played a game for Scranton. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Ken, the Yankees don't have a lot of players in their farm system to play first base, so that's a position of need. So if the Yankees don't bring back Rizzo, who plays first base? Who can the Yankees go after? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, they could renegotiate, but at what price? We all know that Trevino didn't have a great at bat. My concern is that. Yeah, this was something that I was wondering about Trevino. He's been struggling behind the plate defensively. Do we think that his wrist is still bothering him? Because he did get surgery on his wrist. Is that a possibility? Judge future first baseman, if you ask me. I know some people were saying that. Some fans were suggesting that. I don't see Judge playing first base. Personally, I don't see it. It could happen. I'm not saying it couldn't. It could happen. But I see him being a DH in the future, just kind of playing that Giancarlo Stanton role and rotating in the outfield. So I could see him and like Spencer Jones trading spots, or him and Jason Dominguez switching spots once Dominguez comes back. Yankees have a very good opportunity to create a lineup that involves Judge, Soto, Dominguez, Spencer Jones, right? Assuming Soto signs back with the Yankees, he comes back to the Yankees and signs a contract, and Jason Dominguez is healthy and Spencer Jones is ready to go. So I'm excited to see what the Yankees do with this core, and I'll call him a core for now. Trevino got 2 hits yesterday. He's displaying more patience. Yep. Yeah. Hopefully, right. I'm glad he got those 2 hits. Now he just needs to continue building on it, right? Just kind of like Giancarlo Stanton, right? He struggled when he when the season started, but then he picked it up. He was starting to look good. So that batting average came up. Hopefully Giancarlo has another good game. Judge isn't nimble enough to play. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, those four in the outfield, that would be absolute fire. Let's see. What's D-Rod saying? Yes, agree. NFP on Judge, no first base. Yeah, he just doesn't have the body for it. I just wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't put him there. I'm sorry. Like I wouldn't put him there. Some people were even suggesting uh, putting in Juan Soto at first base, which I thought was ridiculous. I couldn't believe somebody said that, but I thought that was hilarious. Let's see. Yes, indeed. Sen's going to hit 30 plus. Yeah, he should be able to hit 30 plus home runs. I mean, he's done it. He's done it before, so I'd be okay with that. I never complain about Giancarlo Stanton hitting 30 plus home runs. Let's see. Free agent first baseman include Alonso, Hoskins, Goldschmidt, and Walker. Okay. So Pete Alonso, that's a name that's been talked about amongst some Yankees fans, and I like Pete Alonso. Do we think that the Yankees go after him? Because I don't know how active the Yankees are going to be in the free agent market, other than bringing back Juan Soto, because that's going to be that's going to be their number one priority is signing Juan Soto. I don't know. Goldschmidt could be a possibility. Hoskins, Walker. I mean, Goldschmidt and Hoskins could be they're good first basemen, and yeah, it'll cost some money. But I feel like with guys like Goldschmidt and Hoskins, they're probably going to be a cheaper option than Pete Alonso. So that he could be that could be a possibility with those guys. Yeah, we talked about Ben Rice playing first base, but I don't know. That could be a possibility, but I think he's more suited as a catcher. But then again, I'm wondering what the Yankees are going to do with him. Guys, let me take a pause real quick. Guys, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. If you're new if you're tuning in, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this out with anyone you know. I'm on the road to 600 subscribers. This channel has been growing pretty fast, and I have all of you to thank for. And you'll see a QR code at the corner, and then there's the link right here for buy me a coffee. If you guys want to buy me a coffee, again, no pressure. This just helps support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Helps me keep the lights on. That way I can do these shows, and again, it does help support the channel. I love doing this. I love doing these live streams. I love interacting with all of you, and I love putting out the videos and the shorts and reading all your guys' comments. It's great. It's always great to see. I have fun doing that. It makes my day. So thank you all for your support. Ken is saying all decent first base, but not young, and will definitely cost the same coin. Yeah, if Goldie signs for the Yankees for a World, it's definitely going to be for a World Series ring as far as Goldschmidt goes. Agreed on that. So but yeah, are there any other? So let me ask you guys this question: are there players that you see that need improvement that you would like to see better play from? Whether it's pitchers or bats, let me know. Yeah, go. Yeah, maybe who knows? Maybe Rizzo goes back to the maybe he goes back to the Cubs. Yeah, Rizzo is younger than Goldschmidt. I mean, I could. There is a possibility that the Yankees could, uh, they could bring back, you know, Anthony Rizzo, maybe on a cheaper deal, but we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. I'm in the belief that he doesn't come back, but if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. So, um, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see what happens. Yeah, Reese Hoskins. Let me see. I'm gonna look up his age real quick. I'm curious to see what his age is. Yeah, Reese Hoskins is he turned 31 last month. There, D-Rod. So he is a little bit younger than Rizzo. I mean, maybe the Yankees go after him. You're saying Verdugo could improve? Yeah, Verdugo's been looking. He's been looking a little bit better at the plate. He's been great defensively. I have no complaints about his defense. It's finally nice to have a freaking left field or a left fielder that can play left field because you saw the other option. You saw the other players we had in left field and couldn't play worth a damn defensively. Quite possible. And if Rizzo has many ties to Chicago, I lived near there when he played for the Cubs. Yeah, I've only been to Chicago once, and that's a fun city. Hamilton gets the first two batters out fairly quick, then God knows what happens with the next batter. Walk. Yeah, I like Hamilton, but he's a great look. He's great. I'm a fan of Ian Hamilton, and it was funny too because early on in the season, people were just like, "Oh, they need to put Ian Hamilton at the closer role instead of Clay Holmes." But the thing is, we saw him try to close out a game against Toronto last week, and he almost blew it. So, slow your roll, fans. Some fans, right? Like I know Clay Holmes. Sometimes he can make us a little bit nervous, but as far as I'm concerned, he's the closer right now for the Yankees. And I remember in the offseason, some Yankees fans were wanting Josh Hader, but right now he's struggling. And Clay Holmes has better numbers than Josh Hader, and I'd much rather have a Clay Holmes than a Josh Hader. But that's just me, and that's not to take anything away from Josh Hader. I think he's a good pitcher. He's an excellent pitcher, but he's shown that he could be hit. Would like to see Grisham play more. Yeah, Grisham does need to play. He does need to get more playing time, but great in the outfield. But at the plate, he struggled a little bit. But again, he hasn't played a lot of games. Getting his double machine running. Yeah, exactly, Ken. He showed up yesterday. Showed up. Verdugo might be a better option left field than Benintendi, but we dodged that one. It's a shame he hasn't done. Yeah, well, I mean, for the money that Benintendi was asking for, I don't think it was worth it. And on top of that, I'll be honest with you, and I've said this before, I don't think Benintendi really wanted to play for the Yankees. I don't think he enjoyed his time in New York. And the chemistry just wasn't there. I don't think he was ever a good fit with this team. But let me know what you all think. Yeah, Benintendi's a good player, but I mean, right now with the White Sox, he's not performing well. I mean, he in the past though, he's played well, and Hamilton has an issue with the third out, little bloops and walks. With exception of most recent closures have been Cardiac Kids, Robertson, Betances, Champ. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So, hey, good afternoon, Jonathan. What's going on, man? Welcome. Cold Italian pizza. So they called up Kevin Smith, so he'll be the backup. So Cabrera will be playing third base. Birdie's on the IL for 10 days, in case you all didn't hear about that. He had a groin strain on his groin, so he'll be out for 10 days. But they did call up Kevin Smith. Soto's a great fit for the Yankees. I think oh my God, yeah. The guys, let's talk about Soto. Yeah, he did okay. Right. So Juan Soto, guys, I think Juan Soto is everything is advertised. He's a generational player. He's great at the plate. He's amazing at the plate, right? His patience at the plate is you don't see that with another player. He draws a lot of walks. He makes pitchers work. He strikes out, right? Like who does, like what every hitter does strike out, but he doesn't get nearly as many strikeouts as other players do. But he's able to get on base. He's able to create those opportunities. He's been, he's the chemistry with him and the rest of the teammates has been, it's been great to see. It's a lot of like positive energy. It's a lot of positivity going on in that clubhouse, in that dugout. His interaction with the fans, the fact that in the middle, in between innings, he was like signing autographs for fans. He's loving it in New York, and this whole team, the dynamic of this team has changed as a result of him too. I think, he's a good influence for a lot of these players, especially the younger players, where they're practicing more patience at the plate, and they are seeing the ball better. Right. I know I gave credit to James Rosen, but I think Juan Soto, the Juan Soto effect is real. The Juan Soto effect is real, and Juan Soto is finally on a team that doesn't have like a bunch of egos. Right. When he was with the Padres, they had some superstar names. He was on that team. You had Tatis Jr., you had Manny Machado, but there was some egos on that team, and good for I'm happy for Soto. I'm still ecstatic that he's a New York Yankee. It's great to see him. Every time he comes up to bat, I'm just like, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and watch him bat. But he's looking good. I'm loving Soto. I'm loving Soto. The term Ken is saying the term 5-2 player, generational player. What does that actually mean? I mean, generational player to me just means that he's a player of this generation. That to me he's a rare talent. There's not a player before him or after him that is of his caliber. That's my take on it. Let me know what you think. There's a generational player that comes up, right? You have I hate to bring up his name because of the allegations, but you have Shohei Ohtani, who's a generational player in his own right, who can play both, who's a two-way player. He's a versatile player. And Juan Soto is that generational player, especially at such a young age. He's only 25. That's the crazy thing about Soto. He's only 25 years old. So I don't think there's a player like him, before him or after him. That's what I think. D-Rod is asking what length deal is Verdugo going to want? 3 years, 5 years? I mean, I think Verdugo is only here for the 1 year. And I think the Yankees are going to let him walk. What's Frank's here saying? Bill Madden of Daily News has a good article about how increased pitching velocity has more to do with pitching injuries than pitch clock. I tend to agree. This has been coming for a long time. So we'll kind of pivot to that. And this was something I that we talked about on Thursday when I did my show. I had Jason come on with me, and then D-Rod was also on with me too towards the end. We kind of talked about the injuries to these pitchers, right? And it's happening at an alarming rate. The increased pitching velocity, I agree that it's a huge contributor, but the pitch clock has some contributions to these guys getting hurt, though. I feel like the pitch clock is also playing a role. Maybe it's not playing 100%, right? But the velocity, absolutely. But I feel like the pitch clock has escalated it. I mean, ever since they implemented the pitch clock, the injuries to pitchers has gone up significantly. And, it can't just be a coincidence, right? No doubt that these guys are throwing with higher velocity. I don't disagree with that because they are. But the pitch clock has not helped, right? And this is what you're saying right here, Frank. Or, yeah, the pitch clock has definitely – it hasn't. It hasn't. But prior to the pitch clock, these guys were still getting hurt because they're throwing with such high velocity. People want to talk about, Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens throwing with such high velocity. But the thing with those guys is that those guys were rare talents, and they were workhorses, right? If you guys ever seen Roger Clemens's workout regimen, the guy was he was an ox. He was like an ox. I just don't know if some of these players today, are they taking the proper rest? Are they doing the proper exercises? So, these are just some questions. I kind of wonder about that. So D-Rod is saying 5 tools, good arm, power, hit for average, good defense. What's the fit? I forgot. Does this describe Soto? Ken is saying, when Babe Ruth had a 60 home run season, hit more homers than every team in baseball. That is what I would consider a generational type player. Yep. Oh, Timothy. What's up, Timothy? 5th tool is speed, base running ability. Schrader, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I am totally with you on the pitch clock. Their arms are being stressed by the rest of their body, like their legs, et cetera, fatigued. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. The pitch clock is not helping any. So it's a combination. Pitch clock is a straw, Camelback. Yeah. What's up, Jeffy? Clemens was a workout beast. He also had some effective supplements in the later. Yeah, this is true, right? So some of those guys in the past, they were taking things that, they shouldn't have been taking according to Major League Baseball. That was a whole controversy. My day is good, Jeffy. Thanks for asking. How are you? Yeah, hopefully everything is going well for you, Strader. Life is good for you. Let me know, man. It's embarrassing how stars nowadays go 5 innings and they are treated like they pitch complete games. Yeah, so, but the pitch count is like high. They could pitch 5 innings and, their pitch count could be, in the 80s. So sometimes the pitch count ends up being a little too high in 5 innings. I feel like that's happening too often. But tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like it's been happening more often than not. John Smoltz has a great YouTube segment on the current situation with elbow injuries. I trust his opinion. Smoltz thinks that the pitch clock factor is negligible to the injuries. Okay. Yeah, I would listen to John Smoltz. I'd love to hear his take on it, right? Smoltz has been in the game before, so he understands a thing or two, about these pitchers. That's re-signed at the banner. Yeah. Well, maybe that's what it takes. I'm assuming you're talking about Soto there, Jeffy. Let me know. But let's see. Verlander in his prime with Detroit pitched 85% throughout the game and ramped up to 99% when he needed. 85% for him was 94 miles. Yeah. So let's see. We're approaching the 1 hour mark slowly, right? We're almost at the 1 hour mark. I feel like some fans, they need to relax, right? They are. I feel like even right now, the Yankees fans, some fans, not all of them, are overly critical of the Yankees. Like, I'll give you an example. So the Yankees had a doubleheader yesterday, and in game one of the doubleheader, Giancarlo Stanton was not in the lineup, and there was somebody on X, and I got a special guest in the back. It's a surprise guest. I did not plan this. I promise. Ready to come up?
Let's do it.
Yeah. You got yourself there, guys. Welcome Mazza from the 4 Train Express. Guy, man, it's been way too long, bro. How are you?
I am tired. I just stayed up all night on watch. I just got up a little bit ago, and I'm trying to do a lot of shit, and it's not been fun.
No doubt, man. Nah, guys, before we continue, this is, for those of you that don't know, this is Mazza from 4 Train Express. That's the name of his channel, 4 Train Express. If you have not yet, please subscribe to his channel. He puts out good content. You know, we're part of the same family here. And you know, it's been a fun ride. Yeah, Mazza reappears, Brad. He is here. It's been a while, man.
It's like Houdini.
Yeah, he's like Yankee. He disappears and then poof, he comes back. So, yeah, no, Mazza's. It's been a while for Mazza. I know he's been extremely busy with work and the move, and he's got a lot going on right now, guys. So
trying to buy a house too. So
he's trying to buy a house. You know how it is. You all know how it is. But desperate housewives.
No.
Oh God.
God damn it, Dave.
That's good news, Jordan. Thanks for that. Yeah, I was wondering if the game was going to go down today because I know they said they were expecting rain. It was going to be a rain out, but sounds like the game is going to happen. That's good. Yeah. So before you came on, I was talking about how some fans need to relax with the New York Yankees, because I was talking about a tweet that I saw on X yesterday, and the tweet, like, there was a doubleheader with the Guardians, and with this tweet, there was somebody said, "Oh, well, how come in game one of this doubleheader, why isn't Giancarlo Stanton in the lineup?" Oh, because he's playing hot, and so therefore Aaron Boone is gonna, sit him. It's like, there's a doubleheader. He's probably gonna play in the second game. Relax. And sure enough, he did. But it's like the Yankees are 12-3. What are you people upset about? I don't understand. They're not 15-0. Like, what's going on?
I don't get it, and I don't have the energy to try to figure it out. I really don't. It's sad because we're 12-3. We tied for the best 15-game start, and God knows how long.
It's been a while.
We've done it without our ace, so why is it that we're complaining?
I don't know, man. You like, fans just want to complain just to complain. It's almost like it's almost as if they just want to find something to complain about. It's like lately it's been about Aaron Boone, and a lot of there's some people there's been one person that was asking me, like, why I thought Aaron Boone was a great manager. I was like, I never said he was a great manager, and I'll go on record to say it again. I don't think he's a great manager. He's not the worst manager we've ever had, but he's not the best.
No,
but
in his first 2 seasons, he won 100 games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He won. Yeah, and that's the thing I like to bring up is that the first 2 seasons he won 100 games, and he didn't necessarily have like a superstar team, right? Yeah. Not really. This is the best team he's had so far as a manager.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as his managerial record goes, he's over 500. He's pretty close to like 600. I checked yesterday; he was like at 588.
Okay.
2020, I'm not going to even count because that was a COVID year.
Yeah.
2021 wasn't great, right? I mean, they got eliminated in the wild card. 2022, they started off red hot, but then the players, I don't know what happened. It's like they just
Yeah,
forgot how to play the game.
if we're looking at it, if we're looking at this season compared to past seasons, we haven't won 5 series in a row like this.
Right.
Since I think it was 09. And even that, I don't even think we did.
No, I remember 09 when they had the team that they did, they were still struggling in the beginning.
Yep.
They were struggling big time. So
But we have to also remember as fans that the Yankees swept Houston in Houston and did it without their ace.
Yeah.
They took the series from Toronto without their ace. Who did we play after Houston?
Arizona.
We took the series in Arizona.
Right.
Without our ace.
Right.
We took the series. We've already taken this. We took the series against Miami, which I mean we all expected, but still, regardless of that, we did it without our ace. And we took the series against Cleveland yesterday without our ace.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, for whoever's thinking that, whoever's bitching about Boone, there's no need for it. He wasn't given the best hand. He's gotten a better hand this year. This is by far the best hand he's been dealt. And if you really look at the big picture of it, this is the team that the Yankees built to win this year. And now that we are winning and have the best record in baseball in the first 15 games, better than the Dodgers, better than the Astros, better than everybody. All right? That Astros series was really the upswing for this team because that got the monkey off their back. And I don't care if it's regular season. I don't care if it's postseason. If you can sweep Houston at Houston, that's a statement. That's an embarrassment to that team because that team expects to play well at home every single time. They expect to sweep you at home or at least take the series from you at home. And they got swept in 4 games by the Yankees. That's embarrassing for them.
Yeah, I was expecting. Yeah, so that series against Houston, I was expecting them to win to split the series, and I would have been happy with that, right?
Yeah.
Against Arizona, I'll be honest, because Arizona's a good team. You know, they're a scrappy team. I expect them to just win one game in that series.
Yeah.
You know, the Blue Jays. You know, who knows, right? I mean, the Blue Jays, they don't have the pitching, but they got the hitting. Say that again.
I said the Blue Jays are turning into a dumpster fire.
Yeah. They have bats. I mean, I'll admit that about them. I mean, they you know, they're scrappy at the plate. I mean, they got some hitters on that team, but their pitching is lacking. You know, but yeah, but to my original question though, I mean, Boone, like I said, I never said he was a great manager.
I never heard you say that.
Yeah, I never said that, and I don't think he's the best. I don't think he's the worst, but I give credit where credit is due because whatever he was dealt with as far as the roster goes, he tried to make the best out of it. There was some questionable decisions that he makes, but you know, I don't know.
I'm not saying that there weren't questionable decisions.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's already led this team to a 12-3 record without Garrett Cole, again, and I'm going to say this again because I don't think fans understand that. The operative term, without Garrett Cole, that should speak volumes to how he's done. Plus, Marcus Stroman and Carlos Rodon have both stepped up and taken that role of leadership while Cole's been out. Rodon is pitching to a 1.72 ERA. And Stroman's pitching to a 2.12 ERA.
Yeah, and again, this is a team like you said. They are 12-3 without Garrett Cole, with Aaron Judge struggling, even though he showed up yesterday. Right, he got a couple of hits. You know, it's like this is a different Yankees team. I don't think this is a fluke.
Volpe looks good.
Volpe's looking great.
Look at what Volpe's done.
Yeah.
He's become a defensive whiz now. His bat is much better than what it was.
And look at Oswaldo Cabrera. Look at Giancarlo Stanton. Those two guys have come alive.
And look at Verdugo's defense.
All right. Ken is saying, got to take my wife to the airport. I will catch the replay. All right, Ken. As always, man, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you later. All right. Have a good day.
Look at Verdugo's defense. I'm not talking offensive-wise for Verdugo because he's struggling a bit, but he'll get that up. But look at what he's done defensively for us. Defensively, we wouldn't have had this many runs saved.
Oh my God, yeah. Like I didn't know what a left fielder looked like, and then Verdugo shows up. I'm like, oh, that's a left fielder. I got it now. You know, yeah. And Verdugo's he's starting to show up at the plate.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this point up.
Sure.
To be fair, Cole would have pitched maybe 3 games so far. Your argument holds more weight with a position player. I don't agree with that. And I'll tell you why I don't agree with that. Because even if Cole would have pitched 3 games so far, that's probably 3 more wins that we would have had. Maybe 2. So you can't just say that it holds more weight with the position player because Cole is the anchor to our rotation. And we don't have our anchor. So that's why I disagree with that.
Yeah, and there was a question asked earlier by Jonathan about what we're expecting from Nestor Cortez because he's pitching today. I'm looking for him to get pitched like 5 or 6 solid innings. I don't want him struggling in the first couple of innings like he has, like he did against Houston and Arizona. But to Cortez's credit, he's able to bounce back.
Yes.
So
also,
that's encouraging to see.
Also to Cortez's credit, that his start against Miami, yes, I know it was Miami. Whoop-de-doo. But regardless of that, it was still his best start of the year. Between spring and the regular season, that was his best start.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And, the Yankees, I went over the lineup earlier today. Oh, he's got a comment here for you, Strader. Yep. So Fortrain, I'm with you on the Cole comment, and Ace also leads and takes pressure off the rest of the staff. And he's doing that right now with in the dugout. He's traveling with the team. He's
traveling with the team, but he's got to be in the rotation's ear. He has to be. There's no he's definitely in their ear.
Oh, you know he is. Done. Oh no, he's absolutely talking to those guys. You'll see the cameras go to the dugout, and you'll see Cole, talking with the pitchers, and just I whatever they're talking about. They could be talking about the way the ball's held or where the ball needs to be pitched. I mean, there's Cole is talking to all those guys in the rotation. So I think with him being there, he's basically he's another hitting or another pitching coach to Matt Blake. So
his presence is still felt, but not in the way that we would all like it to be.
Yeah, he'll be back though. I mean, Cole has been, he's been making some progress. He started throwing again, which is good. Yeah. DJ is he's slowly coming back. He's traveling with the team. He's at the bat. He's, taking swings at batting practice. So the team is slowly starting to come together. But I think this rotation though, without Cole, they're holding their own. Will it be? I mean, let's just say if hypothetically speaking, God forbid, if Cole was out for the year, would this rotation be? Would they be able to sustain that the whole season? Who knows? But so far, they've been holding their own.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens when Cole gets back. Which, my sweetheart, the drunk. What's going on, man? It's been a while. Hopefully, you're doing well. He's asking, would you rather see Schmidt or Hill move to the bullpen after Cole gets back?
Neither.
Ooh, yeah. I would say neither one. I mean, depending on how things play out, it'll be interesting to see. I would not be surprised though if they did move Hill back to the bullpen, but it depends on how he continues playing in his
He's
starts.
played great, Luis Hill.
Yeah, I know. I have no complaints, but I don't see neither one of those guys. I mean, if I had to pick one, it would probably be Nestor.
Yeah,
I don't.
that'd be my pick.
Yeah, it would probably be Nestor in my opinion, but it's like it would be hard for me to say I want this guy to go to the bullpen, especially when this rotation's been pitching well, and I don't see the Yankees going to a 6-man rotation.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That'll be interesting to see who the Yankees decide. Oh, lost Mazda there for a minute, but
Sorry, no, my realtor sent a text message. I was just reading it.
okay, cool.
Because we put an offer in on the house and she's writing it up.
Oh, okay. So
That's all I was checking just to make sure.
nah,
I'll see if there's any baseball news coming up. Hold on.
yeah, you're good. But my sweetheart, the drunk, who would you rather see if you had to pick out of those two names? Would you rather see Schmidt or Luis Hill? And folks in the chat, when Cole comes back, who would you rather see in the bullpen? Let me know. I want to hear your guys' takes on that, because I'd much rather see, if it was my pick, I'd rather see Nestor Cortez, but that's just me. But it depends on how the rotation plays out, how these guys perform till Cole gets back. So
this broke also
what's that?
yesterday that Spencer Strider, the Braves young flamethrower, underwent Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, I did see that. That's so sad, man. That is so sad.
Yeah.
Man, all these injuries to these pitchers this year. My God, it's like, we were talking about this earlier. It's just insane. And I want to do a show on that. I know I talked to you.
Will.
Yeah,
I've had zero time.
I know, bro. That's why I'm not being critical.
Yeah.
Once you have
I told Tats this, it's like, dude, you have no idea. He's like, oh, I have a feeling, but I really, it's like,
Yeah. No, I listen, man. You do what you got to do, bro. Those priorities, they're more important. So you got to take care of those priorities. Once you have time, we'll you, me, Tats. I would love to get Jason from 161 on there. If any of the other content creators want to participate, I want to get all of us on there and give our take on these injuries, because it's bad for the game. It's just absolutely bad for the game.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. So Strader's saying Hill has to go to the pen because of his lack of innings last 2 to 3 years. Okay, that's fair. Hill would go to a bullpen. He has innings limit, pitch limit. No, he had the brace surgery, which is great, but not TJS. My sweetheart, the drunk, is saying, I agree with moving Nestor. I'd like to see one more solid start from Hill, but so far I'm really impressed with him. Will be in an inning. Yeah. Aaron Boone has mentioned him being on an innings limit and being on a limited pitch count, but we'll see how that plays out. But I'm loving the way Hill is pitching right now, so I have no complaints. And Strader saying, when I read about Strider's internal brace surgery, I got curious and did some research. I'm surprised more don't have it. Yeah, like I said, like I was talking with Mazza, as far as for internal brace surgery is about 6 months or less, so he's still out for the year. So yeah, he's still out for the year. So if he's about out, brace surgery is about 6 months or less. So when did they come back to play again, though? Because I'm sure the recovery for that, right? He's probably not going to be back till mid next year or towards the end of next year.
Might be. I don't know about that kind of an injury.
And Strider, this is interesting. Jordan is saying that Strider is a free agent next year.
I think that's true. I think Strider is a free agent next year. I can look that up, though, for you.
Yeah, no doubt. So 6 months less than TJS, about a year, I think. Okay. So he was talking about the brace surgery. here. So, but I'm wondering though if they get the brace surgery instead of Tommy John. I mean, does that still put them at a risk for injury?
Yes.
Okay,
It still does. It's still an arm injury.
yeah, it's still an arm injury. So even though I like the idea of a brace surgery. I mean, because it's less time to spend on the injured list, but I just feel that I just don't like these guys.
Brett, there's your answer to your question.
Okay, the internal brace is a 6-month recovery before you start throwing again. Oh, all right. So 6 months. So he got the surgery now. So
he's done for the year. So by December he should be ready to throw again, at least.
Right, and that's hopefully for his sake he's able to throw and he doesn't have any major setbacks.
Yeah,
he'll be able to start. Yeah, my sweetheart the drunk is saying, if he gets the brace surgery, he'll be able to start next year on time. Yeah, as long as he doesn't have any major setbacks. That's
you hope he doesn't, because that would be a shame. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. So, these injuries are, it's insane. Oh my god. So,
Rob Manfred can go kick rocks and get bent for all I care.
Yeah, which the kick rocks and get bent, where Mazza and I are going to do a show, which is called Kick Rocks and Get Bent. Our first show is going to be May 28th?
28th.
Yep, May 28th. So we're still going to talk, baseball. We'll talk Yankees. We'll, try to add a little comedy to this. And then, we'll have like a list of things, and then we'll say whether or not they should get, kick rocks and get bent. So stay tuned. We're still trying to work out the details. I know Maz has been super busy, but we'll get it all figured out.
Hey, I'm gonna run because I'm gonna head to the gym. But
all right,
we'll talk today sometime. Figure everything out. So
for sure, no doubt, man. Well, have fun at the gym, man. Get a good workout in.
Yep.
Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's been a while, guys. So shout out to Mazza for Ford Train Express. If you guys haven't yet, please subscribe to his channel. Like I said, he does great work over there. So let's get his numbers up.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Peace. Greatly appreciate it, man. Thanks. He'll be happy to see that. Strider his in 2030. Okay. Pitcher is a candidate for brace surgery only after, according to Dr. Meister. Okay, man, I want to get Dr. Meister on a live stream. I want to get in touch with him, and if I'm able to see if he wants to do a show. I would love to get him on there because I think it'll be a lot of fun. Let me go back to this screen here. Cool. But I'll slowly wrap it up here too, you guys. I appreciate you guys coming in, rocking out with me. It's I have a lot of fun doing this. Like I said, I do this usually solo. At one point, I had Mazza co-hosting with me because he was sent out to Florida for to be he was stationed out in Florida at one point, but then he came back to Washington State, and he's in the Navy. For those of you that don't know, so he's doing his thing with the military, and he's in the middle of a move, so he's got a lot going on. But hopefully, once he has more time again, he'll be able to come back on with me, and we can start co-hosting. But yeah, we are going to do a new show. Yeah, Dev, I can't wait either, man. I'm excited for this new show. So we're kind of working on some things right now, and we'll see what else the future holds. The future's looking pretty bright. But how are you guys feeling about today's game? Nestor Cortez is pitching. How do you think he's going to do? Yeah, I did see that episode. But I think it'll be cool to get him on a live show. That way, some of us, like including myself, like some of us content creators can talk to him. My sweetheart the drunk. Hey man, good to catch you on your pod today. I've been super busy. Hopefully. Yeah, no doubt, man. You do what you got to do, bro. Take care of your priorities. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for coming in. Always appreciate it. Always appreciate the support. Yeah, I saw that episode on Foul Territory, and that was that was a good show. But again, I want to get him on here to talk to us about, and I want to ask him some more questions because I'm curious about a lot of things. You know, but yeah, I'm gonna pull up that Yankees lineup again so we could take a look. Any hot takes from anybody as far as the game goes? Big start for Nestor. Let's hope that the Marlins game wasn't a fluke. Yeah, let's hope it wasn't a fluke. I mean, he pitched 8 strong innings. It was a good break for the bullpen. You know, anytime you could give the bullpen a rest, it's all you know it'll be a good day. But how do you all feel Nestor's going to do? Who in the lineup is going to hit a home run, or is there anybody that's going to surprise us? Is anybody going to have a breakout game? Any hot takes? Let me know. Zach Britton had the brace surgery. He hadn't had, yeah, and look how it worked out for him. You know, he didn't look the same again. Yeah, let me go pull up the Yankees lineup again so we can take a look. Here we go. Sunday matinee. Let's pull up that lineup. Here we go. Judge goes deep. Volpe steals another bag. Okay, I like that. And if that'd be great to have him on. He might have a little busy with this, sir. Yeah. His hands are probably going to be full. Even if we could get him on for like 20 minutes or a half hour, I'd be okay with that, right? Yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this lineup. Who do you think in this lineup is going to perform well? Is anybody going to break out in this game? Let me know what you guys think. All right. The guy that needs to break out to me is Gleyber Torres. He absolutely has to break out. He needs to start hitting, right? He's been making contact with the ball, which is great. But now he just needs to get turn those outs into hits, right? He's drawing walks. He's a little more patient at the plate, which is good. But he does need to improve. And then, Trevino, he got a couple of hits yesterday. But we need to see more of that consistency with him. I think Cabrera will have a good game. I think Stanton, will continue his trend of hitting well. So, we'll see what happens with him. But I like the fact that the lineup has been pretty consistent. I have been noticing that Giancarlo's been hitting at the cleanup spot as of late instead of Anthony Rizzo. How do you guys feel about Giancarlo Stanton hitting at the cleanup spot? Do you agree with that? I know he's been hitting a lot better. So at the cleanup spot, do you guys like him at the number 4 spot, or would you guys rather have him at the number 5 spot? Let me know. But the game does start in 20 minutes. So hopefully the Yankees could sweep the Guardians. And then after that, they go on to play against the Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto. So D-Rod is saying Torres is getting more comfortable at bats lately since he changed. Yeah. Torres, I've always liked him in the 5th or 6th spot. Stanton hits better. Doesn't matter where he hits. It has a completely different feel to it when Stanton is on his game. Yeah, no doubt. Dev, you're the man, bro. You're the man. Hopefully you're doing well, Dev. Hopefully you're hanging in there. Everything is going well for you. Let me know, man. All right. Yeah, when Stanton is on, he's on. When you have both Stanton and Aaron Judge on their game, this team plays different. And, I wanted to talk about Aaron Judge real quick too. I know there was a lot of people who were or some fans were wondering what was going on with Aaron Judge. Why is he struggling? He's a player that struggles early, right? And it happens, right? It happens to all good players. Remember the one year in 2004 when Jeter was on a big slump. He went 0 for 31, right? And that was unheard of. And fans were booing him. Fans were pissed off, but he turned it around. Judge, even with the Yankee struggles, I mean, Judge has been struggling, sure, but he has been playing well. He's been hitting. He's starting to hit now. He's coming around, and he will come around, right? And there's other guys that have struggled too, right? Gleyber Torres, he was struggling. Verdugo was struggling. Giancarlo Stanton was struggling. These guys were struggling too. But it's just, a lot of folks were thinking that something was wrong with Judge, and that he might have been hurt. But I don't think it's the injury. It's just you got to remember he missed 10 days or during spring training. So, his swing is a little bit off, but I think Judge is going to be fine. I really think he's going to be fine. I don't think there's anything to worry about. So, fans need to relax. Some, not all, but some of them just needs to relax and just let things play out. Giancarlo and Judge back to back. Rizzo, lefty in between. Boone changing philosophy. Yeah. Well, now that they have more lefty bats and it's not such a righty dominant lineup for once, thank God. Their approach to the plate is a lot different. The lineup is a lot different. So I feel like with how they're approaching analytics is different than where it was last year, right? James Rosen, their hitting coach, is not just looking at an iPad. He's also putting eyes on the game too. So there is that factor. So I feel like some things have changed in the analytics department. I know a lot of folks are not the biggest fans of analytics. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of analytics, but it's a good tool to have, but you just got to know how to use it. There was the analytics was something the Yankees did a poor job of using last year, but I feel like this year it's so far it's been working out and they're using it the way it's supposed to be. So you just got to know how to utilize it. It's a useful tool, but it's not, you can't use it 100% of the time. There's a time and place for it, and other teams do a good job with it. And I think the Yankees are doing a better job with it this year so far, right? Hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. This year compared to last year's that we have to play. Yeah, exactly, my sweetheart the drunk. This is what I'm saying. Judge was like the entire team. If he was not playing well, the rest of the team was not going to play well. He's struggling right now, although, again, he's starting to slowly come around. He's finding his groove. But when he has been struggling this year, other players are stepping up. So, there is a difference. He has Soto, who's backing him up, right? Rizzo's been slowly coming around, right? Giancarlo's been coming around. Verdugo, Oswaldo Cabrera's been on a roll. Volpe's been on a roll. I mean, what more can you say? So there's a night and day difference with this team. Whereas in the past, Judge had to carry the team. And if he was not playing well, the rest of the team wasn't playing well. All right. Good one, D-Rod. Good point. We have Soto and Verdugo versus. Yeah, exactly. McKinney and Bauer, they were part of the Fantastic Four there, D-Rod. Billy McKinney, Jake Bauer, Frenchie Cordero, and Big Bang Willie Calhoun. That was the Fantastic Four that I like to refer to. But yeah, thank goodness we don't have any of those guys anymore. It's like, man, what a roster that was last year. My goodness. That's funny. Oh man. But yeah, I'm glad we don't have any of those guys anymore. We don't have Josh Donaldson. We don't have Aaron Hicks. Because yeah, that was a disaster of a team, So yeah, the 2023 Yankees. We want to forget about the 2023 Yankees. I'm liking this Yankees team a lot better. I know you all are too, but all right. So yeah, the game is gonna start here in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna wrap it up here, you guys. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to tune in. Hopefully you guys get to watch the game. I'm confident that the Yankees can, they should be able to sweep, right? But I am happy that they guaranteed the series win. They won both their games yesterday. After this series, they're going to go to Toronto and play the Blue Jays. So that's going to be, a tough series, right? It's against a division rival. So anytime the Yankees play against any of their division rivals, it's not to be taken lightly. And the AL East are just a bunch of tough teams. So, just to kind of give you all an idea of their schedule and who they're playing, they are playing the Blue Jays, right? Starting tomorrow through Wednesday. They get a day off on Thursday. Then they go back to Yankee Stadium and they're going to host the Rays in a 3-game series. So that'll be it's one rival after another. And that's a 3-game series. And then the beginning of next week, so next Monday, starting on the 22nd, they host the Oakland A's before they make a road trip to Milwaukee. And then they have a 3-game series there. Then they play the Orioles on the road. So, Yankees have their schedule has been tough to start out the season, but they've been playing well. They're 12-3. So these next few series, Toronto, Tampa, Milwaukee, Baltimore, these are still going to be some tough games for them to play, but I am confident that they can win every series in coming up. So, if 2 out of 3, I will take 2 out of 3 any day of the week. All right. So, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Dev. I have open. So I'm planning on doing open panels on Thursdays when I go live. So that's when I do open panels there, Jonathan. So kind of like what I did this past Thursday, I'm going to start doing open panels on Thursdays, unless if I'm on a time crunch, then I won't do it. But I'll let you all know about the open panels at the beginning of the show. So thanks a lot, Dev. Thank you, Brad. Thanks for always tuning in. And I know it is late where you are right now, but thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you have a good day at work. Drive safe out there. Safety first, right? Make sure you take care of yourself. Yeah, see you around, bro. Go Yankees. I appreciate you tuning in. And guys, real quick, if you I would greatly appreciate if you guys can help support the channel. You could go to this website right here and give whatever money you want. Again, no pressure, right? No pressure. It would mean a lot to me. It does help support the channel, and I do have the QR code if you guys want to use your phone. I'm on the road to 600 subscribers, so slowly but surely getting up there. And sorry, I lost my train of thought. And my ultimate goal, I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers by the All-Star break. That is my ultimate goal. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow there too. Yeah, Jonathan, I've been doing the 12 o'clock start time. I've been doing it on Sundays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I don't do the 12 o'clock start time just because I don't have enough time. And on top of that, with the time that I start on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it works out perfect because of the fact that I go on right before Hector goes on. And after I end my show, I jump on Hector's show. So it works out. And I have some things that I have to take care of during the day. So that's another reason why I don't do the noon start time. Thank you so much, bro. That's the goal, man. I want to grow this thing out and as quickly as possible, right? You know, I'm not obviously I'm not rushing it. I don't expect to hit 1,000 tomorrow. That's why I was saying if I could get to 1,000 by the All-Star break, I think that would be amazing. And you know, once that happens, you know, sky's the limit, right? Brad, make sure you deliver the bread. The bread. Those guys do get hungry at the construction site, so I can understand. But again, guys, thank you so much for coming, for showing up. Thank you for your support. And if any other news comes out, I will let you know. So be on the lookout. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your Sunday. And I will see you all next time.